So this is 1670 Halama Street. The lot is 0.4 acres, so it's meaning probably about a little over 16,000 square feet. The house to the north is not improved. I don't know if you can see that. There's a cottage up front, a couple of big mango trees. The house here to the south has been completely renovated, and they've put many dollars into this home. I think they paid maybe $2.2, $2.3, $2.4. I know the people who own this, and it's been totally redone, which is what's happening here on Halama Street. But I'm going to do a little tour of this so you can get a sense of value. I want to say their price point is about, it's $4,150,000. So they have a cottage, again fairly dated and older, but really good wide lot. One thing to notice is the increase in elevation. That's very valuable. My property just to the south is a higher elevation like this, where you're coming up the hill, and that gets you out of the flood zone, off the FEMA flood map, which there's real value in terms of insurance and just being concerned about the future. So there's a real nice hill here that really affords that special condition. So house here is fairly simple, back in the era, probably the 50s, and we're not looking in $4,150,000. We're looking at value in the 0.4 acres, and that's always the case at this point on Halama. Beautiful view of Haleakala, and again the renovation next door with a standing seam metal roof. And we'll get here. I don't have a lot of battery left here. So cinder block walls. It's a windy day, excuse that. They did put in bamboo floors. So one thing that we like to mention is that given that it is a livable structure, while one is in the permitting process, then you can at least garner some rent, glean some rent during the design and permitting of a new home. So there's a little bit of value in that. And the house to the north, not renovated. And then this is the ocean frontage here. So it looks like a reinforced seawall. Probably technically not able to do much with this infrastructure here, but we'll take a look at it. The neighbor to the south juts out quite a bit, and that's the home that has been fully renovated to a great degree. Looking back at the frontage here, it's nice because the house sits up real high, and where I'm standing, I'm down about 3-4 feet by the seawall. So again, it gets it out of that FEMA flood zone from a hurricane concern or a tsunami concern, which fires often raise. It's helpful. And the whole frontage on Halama Street historically, the reason it is elevated, as I've mentioned, is sand dunes that have just developed over the years. So I'm looking north now up the shoreline, back towards the West Maui's. It's a windy day, the trades and whitecaps at the island of Lanai, and then all the way back south to Kaho'olawe, Molokini, and then the properties to the south. If we get a Kona storm, weather coming out of the southwest versus the trades and standard weather from the northeast, then this bull wall here, the bull mark, the way this thing is supported, you can see the pin there for that property, the orange flag. That would be conceivably quite supportive and help protect this frontage here, because we're set back in, and the big storms come from the Kona direction. They're called Konas. This seawall is a pretty good angle. I don't see anything out of place. I can't make any representations. I'm not a builder or seawall constructor, but just looking at it, it looks to be in really good condition. And then again, I really like this elevation here. I think that's a big plus. But buyer to beware and do their own due diligence. Get engineers, general contractors, professionals. So that's it. That's 1670 Halama Street, priced at $4,150,000 for approximately 0.4 acres.